Hey, it's Luke. I'm going to do a review of the Washburn Parallaxe Ola Englund Solar 17 ETC. Man, that's a long title. Let's get started. Alright, first things first, let's go over some specs. Alright, so we have an alder body, maple neck. I believe it's a set neck, although if you look at the specs, they don't, that's one thing that annoyed me, they don't list everything. They don't list the radius of the neck, they don't list whether it's technically a C or a U profile, which it looks to be a really thin C to me. As you can see here, the neck profile is pretty thin, which is good. What I meant by a C or a U is the way this is shaped here, how it curves, and you can look that sort of thing up online, but like I said, I couldn't find any real information on that, but that being said, the playability is really good. And these satin finishes, I have another satin finish guitar right there. These satin finishes, they tend to have very fast necks, which is good. Your hand just sort of glides across that style of finish better rather than a glossy paint. Oh, the glossy paint, it'll stick to your hand when you're trying to play it, and it's not a big deal. I mean, most people don't even notice it, but if you do have a satin finished guitar in contrast, they tend to feel faster to me. Okay, pickups. So the pickups, we have a classic 59 in the neck, and then we have a TB14 in the bridge. They don't fully explain what that is. It's just a custom Seymour Duncan pickup, but so far it sounds pretty good to me. 5-way toggle, and I don't know if you've ever had one before, but all my guitars have a 3-way switch, and this 5-way slider is pretty cool. I don't know if that's something that most guitars with passive pickups have. I usually play EMGs or Seymour Duncan blackouts, and I've never had that feature before. It's pretty cool. I'll try to explain that in greater detail later. Alright, we've got black hardware, and as you can see, they even tried to kind of black out the Evertune bridge here. The other ones I've seen before were all silver, and the pickups themselves, they even made all the hardware on it black, which is pretty cool. One thing I did want to point out as far as aesthetics is the fretboard. Okay, so this guitar has an ebony fretboard, and that's great. That looks great on a lot of guitars, and it plays great. I've never really had a problem playing on maple fretboards or rosewood or ebony. They all feel pretty much the same to me. The only thing is, aesthetically, this seems to be a little bit more brown in some areas, and it will have some streaks of brown running through it. Maybe it's just more of a natural look that they go for. Some of my other guitars, like this Agile here, its fretboard is also ebony wood, and it must have been dyed black because it looks much darker in contrast, and I might not be doing a very good job of pointing it out here, but it's a somewhat noticeable difference in person, just especially because you have this all blacked out guitar. They even took the time to do all the hardware and all that, but the fretboard has this like brown hue to it that pops out in comparison to all its black features. And you know, that might not be a big deal to some people, and I don't think it's a huge deal either, but you know, if I had been in the room with him, I maybe would have told him to dye it a little bit more black. Okay, Ola's inlay. A lot of this stuff is going to be personal preference. So to me, I think it's pretty dang cool, and I like where it's situated, kind of on the middle of the neck there. It's got a good look to it. He said his wife designed it. I think that's kind of a cool little story. And yeah, looks pretty cool. Looks like it's mother of pearl. It's got pretty good character to it. Okay, here's the back of the guitar. I just wanted to give you some more angles as far as what this body actually looks like and the thinness of the neck, and I like this real smooth transition here. A lot of set necks will be a little blocky looking right there. And what I'm talking about with a set neck is this is not a neck through. In other words, this is not all one piece of wood coming through here. This is a separate piece of wood here, and then you have the wings, of course. And what they do is they actually file this down and make it look like one piece of wood, glue it together, and then paint it. And that's fine. I've had a lot of guitars that are like that. I like neck throughs just because I feel like they have better sustain, but these set necks are a good alternative to make it a little bit cheaper. Here's the headstock from the back. These guitars are made in Indonesia, and I'm only mentioning that because I want to talk about the quality for a second. I believe the quality to me actually feels very good. I also play Agile. Those are made in South Korea. That's another 7-string. I also play ESP. That's made in Japan. And then I have a KXK, which is a US made guitar. I don't have it with me right now, otherwise I would show it too. Alright, so with the power of video editing, here it is. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to get that in there real quick, and maybe sometime I'll even do a review of this one, just because I had it custom built. It's definitely my most expensive guitar. I spend a little bit too much money on instruments, but that's okay. Okay, so let's go back to quality. As far as quality, I should probably be a little bit more specific. Sometimes the first thing I would look at would be the wood itself. With it painted, obviously I can't really do that, but alder, maple, and ebony, good high quality woods. Great, got that. The hardware is top notch. I mean, you have 18-to-1 Aston Grover tuners. It's good stuff. Evertune bridge it adds some weight to the guitar. This thing just feels solid, but weight isn't necessarily a good thing, you know. You don't pick up a super heavy guitar and say, oh, that must be a nice guitar. No, but this thing just has a solid feel to it when it's in your hands. It feels smooth. The fretwork is great. I have no buzzing, which is awesome. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the truss rod came perfectly tuned, so the neck has just the right amount of bow to it to not buzz on an open note and not buzz when you're playing high up here, which is good, especially for these low strings on a 7-string. That can really be a problem. This 5-way switch, it actually feels a little bit tight to me, but I haven't played with it live yet, so I don't know. I'm used to just kind of flicking my switch up, but then again, I was thinking about it, and the fact that it's solid like that is probably a good thing because it has 5 positions. You want to really be able to find that one position you're looking for quickly, and the fact that it has nice defined notches, it's probably going to do that for you. Alright, let's go back to the pickups. I've mentioned before I'm an active pickup kind of guy, and to be honest, this guitar hasn't changed my mind on that. I still prefer active pickups. That being said, this neck pickup, they said it's called the Classic 59. It's pretty killer on clean. I like it a lot for my clean channel, and because of this 5-way switch, you get a lot of different options for the way you want to play, and I think that's really interesting. I would definitely recommend that 59 this, what they're calling this TB-14-7 for the bridge. It sounds good, but I feel like I have to redesign my entire distorted channel for it, which is okay, but you know, I use an Axe effects too, so I program all my distorted channels, and I have a few different ones and some lead ones. Basically now I just have a separate bank for this guitar. So for instance, if I have distortion 1, lead 1, clean 1, all that sort of stuff, I have like a separate bank just for this guitar, and it'll say like Ola clean 1, Ola distorted 1, Ola lead 1. And it's worked out pretty good so far, but I don't know, I guess I just like active pickups better. As far as the distorted tone, I might go as far to say I like the passive better for clean, which I never would have known. If I hadn't bought this guitar, I never would have known that I felt that way, but I do. It's really great for the clean parts. Okay, on my unboxing video, I mentioned the Evertune bridge a little bit. And I was talking about the fact that a lot of people think you can't bend notes when using it. That's true. The way it came set up, I couldn't bend notes. It just sounded the same as I bent the string. However, if you tune your guitar up until this little rocker comes forward, your guitar will actually start to come out of tune, and then you just back it. You just back it back off, and then you can bend notes. There's a lot of videos on that on YouTube, but it was pretty easy to figure out. Other than that, this bridge, it's pretty cool. I mean, I think I would have it set up to where you can't bend at all for recording, at least for rhythm parts, because that way you don't accidentally bend notes and things like that, and it just sounds solid and in tune and perfect. For playing it live, I'll definitely want it in the position I have it set now. And also, because of this bridge, when this guitar was shipped to me, it was perfectly in tune. That's pretty cool. I've never had that before. And it's still in tune. These are new strings. And with that being said, I should probably also mention I bought this at sweetwater.com, which they're a music store in, I believe, Indiana. And yeah, they put the strings on for me, and I haggled the price down with them. I think this guitar lists for $1,050 plus shipping, probably. Maybe the shipping was included in that price. I don't know. I was able to talk them down to $850. I was hoping to get a little bit more off, but they were pretty stuck at $850 when I talked them down to that. So just so that you know, you don't have to pay $1,000 for this guitar. I didn't, and I don't think you should have to either. That being said, I'm not really sure if I have much else to say about this guitar. I mean, I think it's worth the money I paid for it, so there's a bottom line right there. If I had to give some sort of a rating on it, I think I'd give this an 8 out of 10. I'd say it's a solid 8 out of 10. And it would probably be higher for me if if I had an active pickup in the bridge there, but hey, that's just personal preference. A lot of you guys are probably gonna really love this TB-14. So yeah, that being said, maybe I'll put a link of the specs, or maybe just some still shots of this guitar, and I'll see you next time. Buy this guitar. Later.
Your soft lips, oh, they melt to mine, speaking only tongues. Sing tea, leave your mark behind. Show me how you love. have me walk the line, a stranger to this world.